it's so nice there. I mean, you got like
nice,
water. It's way bigger.
You got water.
At the end of the day, it's like we're all on the same like kind of squad. Almost,
Yeah.
you know?
Well, and we're live.
And it's live.
It's live. We're doing it
Pre-recorded
live.
live. Cameron Russell is at his house, safe, talking to us on the phone.
Safe as
From
I
my
can
place,
be.
Safe. Yeah. You know, I was thinking today, actually, so since this is, part of the we should jam sometime thing, Cam has only ever done this thing with me one time, and it was the 3rd episode.
True.
Which, given how close of friends we are, Cam,
With the
is weird.
with the old band too.
With the yeah, it was Kid Royal at the time.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
wow, I
don't say that
remember Kid
name.
Royal.
Craig, what do you think about Kid Royal?
I
Craig.
more
Craig,
remember.
what's a better name?
Which is a better name, Dime or Kid Royal?
Yeah.
Is this going to incriminate me? Do I need to plead the fifth on this?
No,
one?
I was just.
Oh,
I don't
no.
even think it's a thing. I was just fucking around.
Honestly,
I don't think it matters.
honestly, there was a blues guitarist. So here's some tea.
Nice.
There was a blues
Oh.
guitarist back when my dad moved here in the 80s, and he was sort of like one of those like kid prodigies, and they nicknamed him Kid Royal. And he played with like the Firehouse Blues Band or something like that. They, my old guitar teacher Doug Vardy used to be in it. So everybody nicknamed this like kid prodigy Kid Royal, and he's from London, and then he moved to Florida. And he messaged me a little while ago, like maybe a year ago, and asked me if he could have the Instagram handle Kid Royal Band. 'Cause
No way.
he's Kid Royal.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, I'm putting
That's
out an EP,
wild.
and I've been wanting to like grab the handle for like quite some time. And it was like, yeah, absolutely, man, sure. Like the band's been done for like a while, so like I just changed the
my
handle
God.
and I let him have the handle. And yeah, he knows Dan Broadbeck. Like he used to play with Dan as well, and like do some stuff with Dan, and like he's very involved in the London music scene. And I'm like, oh no way, yeah. Turns out we stole
That's
your
wild.
name.
That's crazy.
So I don't even
Man,
know how the name came up, because I joined after the band had started, and nobody would tell
Yeah.
me where the name came from. So like maybe everybody just
hate
took
that.
it.
That's
Yeah, maybe
funny.
they actually did steal it. Yeah.
I don't know.
A lesser man would have made that guy pay you for the handle.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
Should've
for
been
real.
like,
I
all right,
remember
two
when
grand.
Radio Caroline was trying to get a domain name for a website. Because I mean, Radio Caroline is like a pirate radio station out in the UK, right? So I mean, I think radiocaroline.com may be that, or it might be .uk for that. I'm not sure. But we were like, okay, well, we can get radiocaroline.ca. We can rep our Canadianness. And it's like it's someone has it, but it's completely inactive. Like you Google it,
Right.
and it's just vacant. So we found an email to message them, and we were like, hey, we're interested in acquiring this domain. Like we'll send you. We sent them we said we'll send you $50 for it, and they just said sorry, it's not available for purchase. And we were like, we'll give you $100 for it. And they just never got back to us. I'm like, how valuable is this inactive domain name for you?
Yeah,
That it's like,
Yeah,
just let
that's
us have the
crazy.
fucking domain, please.
you guys aren't using it, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, even more relevant, my dad's cousin, so I guess what would that be? Some sort of weird uncle. His name is also Craig. So Craig Geniac on Instagram is taken, which pisses me off so much, because it's like, if you go to Craig Geniac on Instagram without the period between the two names, it's just like my uncle holding like a fish in his profile picture, and that's all he has on Instagram. And I'm like, can I just have the Instagram handle, please? I will use it.
yeah.
But,
It's
I mean,
like
now
it's
I've
it's
established
unique enough
it so
that
much.
you can't fight with it. Like
Yeah, I was like, dude, come on. But I mean, I don't think I've actually added him on that one. I was just like, you know what? I mean, I've already rolled with Craig.Geniac for so long. We'll roll with it.
Yeah. I think Tilker was in like a similar thing where like somebody has Tilker or like Tilks without an underscore or something, and it's just like a dead Instagram account, and he like can't get a hold of it or anything, and he's like, I just want it without like any bullshit in it. Like I think his is like Tilks underscore or something.
Yeah, it's like a
And
period.
he's like, I just
after it
want
or something,
regular.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got screwed with one of those
Yeah.
period Instagram usernames, and now I'm kind of stuck with
Jeez.
it because I've used it so much.
I honestly didn't put any thought into my like personal account. It used to be when I was in high school, like everything was Lubs96, and then when I came to college, I was like, I'm gonna change that. But I didn't really come up with anything.
Well, that's
interesting.
like, I mean, what was everyone's first email address? That's always a pretty
I'm not saying
revealing.
mine.
You're not
mine
gonna
has
say
too
it?
much backstory.
I'm not gonna say it.
Oh man, mine was MJ underscore jacket. Yeah, like Michael
Nice.
Jackson jacket.
The fucking red jacket from Thriller.
Yeah,
the
dude, because
Thriller
I was like, I
jacket.
want that jacket. I used to like, my dad had this, I think I have it now. I've inherited the leather jacket, just a black jacket. And I would roll up the sleeves and shit, and I would like moonwalk around my house, and I was like, God, if only this were red. You know? God, I wish this were red.
Oh fuck.
Oh man. So for mine, I've definitely told this first part of the story before, but what you need to know is that on my dad's side, everybody calls me Bob because I guess before I was born, my brother was like 5, and the doctor was like, "Oh, like what are you gonna name him, Zach?" And he was like, "Probably Bob." And they're like, "Well, what if it's like a little sister?" He's like, "Bob." So everybody just would call me Bob on my dad's side. So in the MSN days, I needed to start up my account, and my brother was like, "You should it should be like Bobasaurus at hotmail.com." but that was taken, so it ended up being Boberator at hotmail.com. And I don't know what that means, but that's what it was.
That's
How
sick.
was Boberator not taken? That's a genius.
I don't
handle.
know. I don't know. Yeah, so I have it. I might have to sell it to somebody someday.
Yeah, for real. Someone,
old
you got to take at
Hotmail
least
account.
$100.
Yeah, at least. Yeah, minimum. And I mean, with inflation, it's probably more like $250 now is like the minimum for a Hotmail address.
After the quarantine stock crash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Cam, how have you been surviving? Being one of the frontline workers there.
One of
well,
the,
I won't say
air
frontline. I'll
quote,
say second line.
essential.
Second line. We'll give frontline to the nurses.
Yeah. No,
but working in
I'm
grocery
definitely
stores.
not trying to do any stolen valor from any nurses or anything.
Yeah, for real.
I'm pretty sure I heard Cam say that he has the most important job in this quarantine.
people
and
got to eat.
everybody else is second. Yeah.
People got to eat. Girls got to eat.
No, I work at Farm Boy. I'm a produce supervisor at Farm Boy, so I get to see a lot of humans every day still, and it was pretty nerve-wracking right off the bat. But then, honestly, it's become just sort of pretty normal. Like, my life, when I think about it, hasn't changed all that much. I started biking to work rather than taking the bus.
So now you're fit.
Which has been
call.
fucking exhausting. Like it's
It actually is kind of a shitty bike ride, eh? It's a bit of a rip.
yeah, it's about 25 minutes for me. The way there is more of an incline, and it's
I was gonna say,
quite
yeah, Bridgeman.
fucking hefty to do. Like I get up at like 5 a.m. and I have to just I give myself enough time to brush my teeth, and then I have to start biking. And then I just right into this like somewhat intense cardio bike ride, like 15 minutes after I wake up, and then I
With
get
just
there. and I
incredibly minty
start.
breath.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's just so cold. His mouth is just so cold.
Yeah.
Freshly brushed in the crisp morning.
And then
air.
I have my bike ride home, and then I come home and I'm just fucking exhausted. But yeah, it's kind of surprising. Like, I see the divide between who really takes it seriously at the grocery store and who doesn't. And somewhat surprisingly, but also not surprisingly, the older people don't take it nearly as seriously as the younger people.
Oh, I can attest to
Yeah,
that.
man.
For sure.
Dude,
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago I was selling my car, and so I had to just like deposit the check that I got from the guy or whatever. So I was in the Thornbury TD, and they're only letting 2 people like into the bank to see a teller at a time, and then they were letting like 4 or 5 people into that like ATM section.
Yeah.
and there was just so many old people there that were like making fun of it and stuff. And there was one guy there who just fucking was like, yeah, I just need to get my balance checked on my account. And they're like, yeah, well, you know, like you could just do that at the ATM or whatever. And he's like, I'm old school. It's like, dude, you not see the fact that like every teller has a mask on and like there's literally a guy standing guard at the door. He's like, yeah, I just need to check my balance. Like, go get out of here, man.
Yeah, I just more so wanted the interaction.
It's insane.
Yeah.
I see people come in and leave the store with barely any product or like snacks or something, and they just aren't, like, the word pandemic to me is fucking terrifying. Like when it switched from epidemic to pandemic, I was like, wow, that's like a new fucking level. Like that's shit that I see in movies and video games. So that instantly just the word scares the shit out of me. But then there's people that come in and they just like, it's a regular day and they're just grabbing snacks and like pretzels and shit, and it's ridiculous. So I'm like, fuck, man, like you're not even doing a full grocery shop. This one lady brought in all 3 of her young children. They were probably like 6 and younger than that, and they were just running around the store. They were grabbing tons of product. They were like playing with the roll bags and produce, and I'm like, man, every customer touches those bags.
Yeah.
You know, like your kids are like walking infections right now, dude. Like if any spot in the store was infected, I'm sure they touched it, and it's just like, it just blows my mind. Like people need to be shopping like solo and as quickly as they can. Obviously not in like a massive rush, but like we want to make sure the store is like has a comfortable environment for people to not like just scare the shit out of them, you know, not like have us wearing hazmat suits and masks as they walk in and be like, okay, only one person at a time. Like, do you know where the product is that you want? Okay, go get it. That's it. You know, like we can't do any of that kind of, we have to be like, hey, how's it going today? Like, oh, nice weather and all that stuff. But
For
like,
sure.
people still need to be fucking scared, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been having a bit of a panic attack when I go in. I like a very mild one though, because I mean I'm brutal when I go to the grocery store because I never go with a list. Like I took to heart what a coworker said to me forever ago. It was like, you know, do all your budgeting or you want like all your necessary budgeting, but when it comes to your groceries or what you want to eat, don't stinge. You know, get what you want to eat. So I took that to heart, and I don't bring a list with me to the grocery store. So I'm usually kind of going back to the same aisles like 10 times. When I go to the grocery store, and I still do that.
Okay.
Like I was walking around, and like it's funny when you see someone like for the 3rd time in a grocery store, like you have that weird moment already. But now when you see someone for the 3rd time at the grocery store, they're like exhausted to see you. They're like, oh my God, I got to walk past you again. Like, I got to make sure that I'm 2 meters away from you again. It's like, dude, you already have whatever germs I have. You know, just deal with it.
Yeah. Oh, I know the feel. I know the feel. Yo,
you're on the other end, just like, wow, you're one of those fucking people.
You fucking guy. There's been multiple customers, so we even started putting stickers on the ground, reminding everybody to stay 6 feet apart or like 2 meters.
Right.
And they're like everywhere in the store, like straight up, like I'll be putting out product and I'll be like halfway through a box or something like that. I'll be doing apples. Somebody will literally like reach in right beside me, like they're right arm
by you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sneak by you. Oop. And like the right arm will just be like on, like rubbing up against my left arm. And I like, as a human, obviously I get kind of pissed because I'm just like, okay, like, fuck you. Like, this is my personal space. Yeah. I am not just an employee, but like a human who can also very well get infected if you have anything on you. But also I have to just straight up like jump back and like quickly as much or as fast as I can, like step away from them, like up to 2 meters. And it's so just like, I don't know. It's dumb.
Yeah,
like I made somebody feel so awkward yesterday because I was putting out like packaged like salads and stuff, and they did that, and they were like right up on me, and like I did that. I pulled my card away as fast as I could, and I kind of like did it in a way that I was hoping she would see that I was kind of unhappy with her choices.
Right.
And she looked really awkward about it, and I was like, good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You should know better.
Good. But yeah, honestly, like it's I'm not infected yet, so it's pretty all right. I
We're
just
glad.
wash my hands.
We're very glad and you're able to, I mean, you'd be able to even if you were just in isolation, but you're on the second line in the grocery store, and we appreciate that you still take the time.
Yeah, it's
You're a good man, Cam.
weird times. It's weird times.
It is a weird time. It's yeah, it feels weird like not leaving the apartment or whatever. And it feels like the days are going by differently. Like I know you guys are working, so maybe you don't have that same experience, but I mean, I've been sleeping in more because I've been staying up later.
Oh,
And I'll be like, holy fuck, it's like 4 already. And then I'm like, have I really done anything today? Like, I don't know. And then I'm like, what do I even need to be productive for? Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what the purpose of life is right now.
Yeah, I know that. I'm sure that's a huge topic on everybody's mind right now. Is a lot of people's purpose before the pandemic probably was, well, I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna make some money, and then I go grocery shopping, and then I get to look forward to going out with my friends on Friday. Like that's their purpose for existing at the moment. But then now, like your purpose is what? Like, I don't know, like you have to figure out some kind of passion. If you didn't have a passion before this pandemic isolation, then you definitely need to figure out one like right now.
Yeah, for
sure.
For sure.
I keep telling my mom because she doesn't know. She had to. I don't know if she's actually still off or not. I should probably call her or something. But she was off for a few weeks there, and she was like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with myself because like again they go to work every day. They get their holidays throughout the year, whatever. And she's like, yeah, I don't know what to do. But my mom is like a fantastic artist. Like she used to always like every year for Christmas, like she makes me and my brother something like whatever it is. And she just doesn't do that much anymore unless like a family member specifically asks for something.
Right.
And I'm like, start doing that again. I'm like, I'll hook you up with like an Instagram account. I was like, you could like, I don't know. I was like, people make money doing that shit now. And I was like, and you're good. I'm like, you never know what could happen from that. But it's a hard sell for her for some reason. And for like years now, I've been like, you could totally be making money doing this.
Yeah, and if you got the time now, like I saw a tweet that somebody screenshotted from Anna Kendrick, and she said, well, at least now I can't lie to myself about what I do if I had more time.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure.
It's true.
I mean, and that's
then every day that goes by where I don't do anything, I'm just like, motherfucker. Like I have all of the time in the world.
Oh, for sure. And I mean, I've said this in the past couple episodes. I mean, like I have, I mean, we're all musicians, right? We all have those passions and things that we occupy our time with. But now, I mean, I was quarantined for about 5 days at a time. I wound up going out to a grocery store once or twice, and I wound up back at work intermittently for a couple days. But I mean, I was off for 5-day blocks twice, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, I can clean up around the house. I've got all this time. I could write some music or whatever, and I'm just so uninspired when I have no routine for a day. It's like, I mean, it's a you blink and it goes from 4:30 to 7 o'clock, and you're like, wow, I just watched Tiger King for 3 hours, and I don't even know what happened.
Yeah. I find like, because as I said earlier, like my go back to work date keeps getting pushed, and so I like at least my head space, I'm like, well, I don't really have like a time where I'm going back to work, so like I don't have this time frame where I'm like, okay, like I'm off for this long, this is how much time I have, and then I can work around that. I'm just like, whoa, does it even fucking matter? Because maybe I'm going to be off until like July. Like, who fucking knows?
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
no deadlines.
Like I was off over the winter break there, and like I knew when I was coming back, and I was like pretty productive after like the Christmas break for those like 2.5 weeks, because I was like, all right, I got 2.5 weeks left. I got some shit I need to do, and I got it done. But like right now, I'm just like, well, fuck, man. I guess me and Craig could do another podcast with somebody.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I've been doing those live streams as well, and I mean, I've only done 2 of them so far, but I mean, The first live stream was genuinely, I had been sitting in bed for like 3 days. I had been watching Good Mythical Morning for 3 days straight.
Nice.
And I was like, you know what? If I do this live stream, even if it's just all covers, it gives me a reason to get up, take a shower, pick up a guitar finally, and have something that I need to, I have to be prepared for something by 7 o'clock. I got to be ready to go. And I mean, I feel like that's, without deadlines and without a routine, a lot of people are kind of doomed. A lot of people being me.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's also nice to just like take yourself out of that fucking bedridden sort of state too, like
Definitely.
just to do that. And like that's why I did that Valley cover that I posted yesterday or 2 days ago, because I haven't really done a lot other than work. Like at work, I come home and I'm probably like playing Call of Duty, because I don't feel like super creative, because honestly I'm just like fucking exhausted from being at work, and then I nap, and next thing I know I have like 2 hours of my night to like watch a show, then I have to go back to sleep so I can get up at 5 a.m. and that kind of thing.
Right.
It's nice to just like create and sort of get yourself sort of escaping all the shit for a little bit and maybe like learn something new.
Definitely. But I mean, I got some comfort in knowing that I wasn't the only one that out of the rock and roll musicians or whatever that might not have that fuck yeah attitude right now. I was on Instagram, and I mean, when you get anyone that's live on Instagram, it's like the first thing in the story heads or whatever. And Jesse Hughes from Eagles of Death Metal was live, which he does frequently. He'll just kind of do like Ask Me Anythings or whatever. And I clicked on his thing, and he was genuinely just doing karaoke in like his bedroom.
Just by himself.
And I was like, what the hell? Like, I forget what song he was doing, but I was listening to it for a second, and I was like, there's a backtrack, and like, I don't even think it was a karaoke version. I think he was just singing along to some song with a microphone and everything in his bedroom. I'm like, what the fuck, man? This guy, like, you would think he'd be like writing songs or something like that, but it's like maybe he doesn't have that fuck yeah kind of mentality right now. And he was like, I guess I'll just listen to some Buffalo Springfield and vibe for a while.
I feel like he does that on a regular day.
I would like to think so, because I mean that guy has some style.
That's definitely a good probably one of his favorite pastimes. Maybe like get together with Josh Homme and just do some fucking karaoke,
roller skate.
Yeah, dude, that sounds badass.
That'd be ideal.
I was just thinking about like rollerblading with fucking Josh Homme would be a trip.
That'd be a lot of fun. I feel like your shorts would need to be like how there's like a maximum, they would need to be like a certain height above your thigh.
Yeah.
In order to go roller skating with Jesse Hughes and Josh Homme.
He's such a big dude. I would pay to see him trying to like roller skate. Like that's so just
Josh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Did you see that one Desert Sessions video that they like recently put out? That's like all it is Josh Homme rollerblading.
Oh
around,
yeah,
like this.
I saw trailers for that. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's actually like it's a great video. There's a lot going on in it. I'll fucking send it.
What's the song for Queens where they're in Korea and they're like doing karaoke with businessmen and then they like end up really drunk going through a mall and shit?
Is that
Smooth Sailing? True.
Yeah. That's actually like one of like the more like put together like storylined Queens of the Stone Age videos. Like they're usually just like, I mean, that one's still fuckery, but they're usually just like fuckery.
I need to see this. This is all news to me. All completely news to me.
Yeah, man, you gotta fucking. I'm gonna send you guys this one Desert Sessions.
You gotta drop
video.
that link in there.
It's yeah, man, they're good. I need to watch more music videos. I don't watch that many music videos.
I know. Yeah, ever since I moved out and don't have cable, like Much Music was my thing. I remember when I first discovered Much Music, Like it was as if the channel had just
Yeah.
been created. I was like,
Right.
Dad,
Yes.
there's this channel that has music videos all the time, and he goes, yeah, it's been around since the 80s.
Yeah, it killed music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it blew my mind though. I think when I discovered Much Music would have been like 2008 or something. No, it would have been earlier than that. But it was like Billy
Yeah.
Talent's live "Devil in a Midnight Mass" video was #1 for like 4 weeks in a row.
I surprisingly
crazy.
watched
I
a
remember-
lot of Much Music.
Yeah,
Like I would get home and
I
just
did.
watch it.
Yeah, I did that too. I wouldn't say the bands I discovered on that stuff though are like definitely like, I don't know. They don't. I think like I started listening to Marianas Trench because I saw a music video on there.
oh
Yeah, I
yeah,
remember
Shake
your-
Tramp, man.
Yeah, I remember
And, like,
seeing
Default
Shake
and
Tramp
stuff.
was the first time I heard Marianas Trench, and I saw the video.
Oh,
and
it wasn't. It wasn't.
You heard the chorus, and it was like, oh shit, oh my god, like.
Yeah, it's like edgy. I remember that. I think that was the first time I ever saw a guy with a tongue piercing as well. I think that was the first
same.
time.
Oh,
Same.
for sure. I saw that All to Myself video. That was the one that I saw where it's like Josh is like they're in like a office building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like him and the girl
Uh,
all
that-
dressed
that
up.
song-
That was the first one.
That
I
song
saw.
fucking slaps, dude. Like I love
It
that.
does. It's a good song. It's a
That
good
band
song, for
generally,
sure, for sure.
I mean, slapped
Yeah.
anyway back in
Yeah.
the day. At the
Yeah,
very
I-
least. I mean, I think they still put out good music.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah, I haven't listened to new Marianas Trench in a long time. but
Josh
I was
Ramsey
into them
is
for a hot
really
minute.
great at a lot of shit, like production and vocals and everything. Like I don't dig listening to a lot of the new stuff, but like the older stuff is pretty rad, and it's great
Yeah.
songwriting just in general. Like if
For
you want
sure.
to know how to write a hit song, just like steal like 2 or 3 Marianas Trench tunes.
100%. 100%.
For sure.
Do you guys remember back in the day with Much Music when you would text in requests that
Yeah.
that show? I remember spending probably like $7 of text money to watch Teenagers My Chemical Romance like
What, on a-
several
on a flip
times
phone?
in a sitting. Oh yeah, 100% on a slide on an LG Room or 2. I was
Oh,
like, I want to see
Nice,
Teenagers
dude.
again.
Young Craig
Everybody had.
Oh, I was
everybody
emo.
Had a rumor too.
playing that same song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I am that guy. I want to hear the same song all day.
Honestly,
I'm that way
like
too. That's why I don't share my like Spotify year end thing because it's just like it's the same 2 bands and it's like, well, yeah, that's because I only listen to their 2 songs.
I
Yeah,
thought
all the time.
I thought that mine was on incognito, and I forget who it was. Riley from Driver. He was going through people's like you're listening to now and like calling them out on Instagram, and I just went, oh god, I'm so glad that mine is on incognito. And he goes like, I think I've seen your stuff come up before. And I was like, uh-oh. And I was like, I was like, how many times have you seen Theo Katzman come up? And he was just like, it's been up, like for a while. And I'm like, oh no. Like I actually lost my shit because it's like you're gonna see that I listened to Pain of Infinity by the Dirty Nil for a week straight. You know, it's like that's not okay.
Yeah, like sometimes you don't want people to see your listening habits because it's like, you know, it's not annoying the shit out of me right now, but if anybody else was listening to it while I was listening to these songs so often, fuck, they would just like
Oh, people would be
rip
biting
my
bullets.
headphones out. Yeah, like
Oh yeah, they'd be biting bullets. Like I listened to, what was it? Oh my god, I always blank on these things as soon as I have to think about it. I Miss You Already and You're Not Even Gone. This like 1950s like country twang song on repeat. And I think it was after a pet of mine passed away. I listened to this song for like 3 days straight, and I was just like, I know in my head I'm like this is not good for me. You know, but like if anyone else heard that I was just listening to this on repeat, they would probably check me into like an institution.
yeah,
I'm
they'd be
pretty
like,
sure.
"Are you okay?"
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, like
Oh my
what
God.
I've been listening to a lot this week. I never checked out that band. I guess I would call them local, like Romancer.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
absolutely local. MIA graduates.
Yeah, exactly. Like I listened to their song Lottery, and I was like, "Yo, this is a fucking smash." I love
Fantastic
that
song.
fucking song, dude.
Yeah, 100%. Fantastic song.
Yeah, they're good dudes, man. They're really nice.
Yeah. And straight up like those 25-minute bike rides, because I can't like safely reach into my pocket and like just search through my fucking library. I just like play that and then it just like plays for the whole bike ride, and then I do it on the way back home.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll do it like, and I'll practice singing it. You know, it's like I used to do that with like, you know, I'd put a song that's like intentionally kind of like just on the cusp of my vocal range. You know, and then you just practice singing it. Like I work in a factory, so like all the hums of the machines. Actually, fun fact, found out that the hum of the machines are in the exact key of C.
Yeah, I love
So
that.
I found like a bunch of songs are in the key of C, and you just wind up singing along with the hum in the background, which I don't know is healthy or not.
I figured out so many random fucking tones around like my house. Not this one so far, but I was living in like a condo like in the North End during MIA, and the fan in my bathroom was pretty much exactly a G.
Nice.
And I think I randomly walked in there with my acoustic guitar because it was like a pretty like vibrant bathroom. Like it was pretty like long, and I had like a big like tile stand up shower in it without a tub, and so I would just like randomly walk in there and like play guitar and sing. And I like totally figured it. I totally figured out that it was the fan was a G. So I sometimes when I would like be in the bathroom for a bit, I would just start harmonizing with the fan.
Yeah,
and, like,
just start singing Times They Are Changing along with your bathroom fan.
Yeah, I'd start singing scales along with the fan and just probably some nerdy shit that I probably shouldn't say, but like whatever.
Oh, I've been letting it all hang out on this podcast. You're good to go. Might be tough to top some of the things that I've disclosed on here already.
Well, I'll try harder. By the way, my iPhone 5 died. So
that's okay.
So we got
That's
like
okay.
23 minutes maybe of that. So you
Nice.
can,
A video, and then we're gonna deep
we'll
dive
put a
on
fun
your Facebook.
photo.
yeah,
we'll
you can you can just put up a slideshow of like horrible photos of me after the video dies.
we gotta find like if there was ever a hair straightener phase, we'll definitely pick that photo.
No, I was in a Beatles show once though, like a variety show, and I played rhythm guitar in it. And they said you don't have to dress up, but I dressed up.
Oh, of
why the
course you
fuck
did.
not? So I got
yeah.
like a wig that was like closest to a Beatles wig as I could find, and nobody wanted to wear a fake mustache, so I took the fake mustache.
Oh yes.
And yeah, it's a fucking prime photo. Like I'll probably be able to find it for you real quick.
Okay, well, you know what? I mean, I think what we're gonna do is if we can find that photo, we'll have a different photo up until right now, and now we'll have that photo. And if we don't, then I mean that cue was for nothing, and unfortunately we couldn't get the photo.
Oh no, I can definitely find this bad boy.
Perfect.
It's
Well,
in existence.
Everyone enjoy that photo for the rest of the video then.
That's so funny. Oh my god. I do not to rehash the same conversation in every podcast, but because we share band members, I would be interested in Cam running through. So what we were doing the last couple, Cam, was in the theme of pandemics. We were just the band members. What is the order of death in a zombie apocalypse? And you're kind of going off personality, not current skills of the band members, because that's kind of how the conversation started. But then it quickly went into like personality wise, kind of like a movie.
Yeah,
who would die first,
Right.
and then who would make it to the end.
So we're just going off a skill.
Yeah, we're just going off of like So the four you got dudes in dime. Who do you think dies first, second, third? Who makes it to the end?
Oh man, I don't know. I feel like we're on a pretty equal playing field. Alex is really handy, so I feel like he would last pretty long.
That's true. He is handy. I didn't consider that when you were talking to Anella.
What did Anella?
Also, your band has two members that die first in the last two.
Yeah.
Conversations.
Fuck, I don't know.
Because the Lost Arts killed Drake off first, and because I just think that he would die first out of the four of us. And then I think Anella killed Alex off first.
Yeah. Alex was the first one to go.
I think Alex would last pretty long. I don't know. I would say Carl or Drake would be the first.
Oh, that is rough.
I'm finding it hard to like rank them specifically.
Yeah.
And then like me or Alex would be third or fourth for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
like
you got Drake and Carl. It's kind of like a similar thing with Drake and Nick for me.
Yeah.
Like I think that like I said Drake would go first just because of his personality. I think that he would be the first one to go.
like in a movie, like a scary movie type.
Yeah, and kind of like a
he would
movie
just be-
situation. Because like he's very anxious, and so am I. But he's very anxious, and I think that he would just get nabbed first, and then we said like Nick would just make like a dumb move, and he would get.
Yeah, or just
that
not,
was he was my first pick where he would just make some bonehead move, and
or just
and,
not
and
even
just-
know there's a zombie apocalypse happening.
right.
Be
I
like,
Which
feel
what?
also could be Carl. Like that could also be Carl as well, where he would be like, "What's the deal? Why is everybody panicking?"
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Like, dude, there's zombies behind you. That's what's going on.
Well, Anella was
They're
even
in your
saying like on
RAV4.
her podcast, she was saying Alex would just die like not even in the apocalypse. Like the movie would start and like
yeah.
there would be like half an hour of like regular, and he would just like fall off a roof or something, you know, and then the apocalypse would start and the movie would actually begin.
Right.
Yeah, Nella didn't even let Alex make it to the apocalypse part.
Yeah,
She killed him off early in the movie.
Yeah. like natural
Which
causes.
is so rude. So rude.
Yo, there's that
Oh,
photo.
did you get it? Oh my god.
Oh, hang on. Do we have the
that's going
photo?
up for
Yeah, man.
sure. Yeah, go on Facebook.
Oh, I've gotta
my
see it.
God. That's amazing.
Yeah, dude.
You look proud too. You look proud of it.
Hell
Why
yeah.
don't you grow a
Wow.
mustache like that for real?
Yeah, this is incredible.
Yo, I
That's it,
can
but
I can work
the thing
on
is,
it.
what's funny is because you look mostly like Paul in this photo.
Right. And
But
he
if you
wouldn't have the
flip the-
stash.
If you flipped the mustache around, it would almost look more like Paul because he had like the droop down,
Yeah, that's true.
you know. But I mean, then you would have like all those asshole people being like, you know that it's upside down. It's like, do you know the Beatles?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, they
Ever
so
heard of them?
the adhesive for that mustache wasn't good enough because of the stage lights. They were just making you sweat a lot, and I was in like a full like 3-piece suit. So it kept like so like the left side of my mustache would stay on, and then the right would just start to like detach, and it would start to like spin down over my mouth. So I'd have to keep like finding spots where I could like bring my right hand up off the guitar to like keep like sticking it up. So like the second show we did, because we did like four of them, I think.
Okay.
They just like some of the girls just like stuck it on with eyelash adhesive, which was a mistake
Oh,
because
God.
it burned. It was not meant to go on like freshly shaved upper lip skin. It was brutal.
Oh my God.
It left my upper lip red for like an entire day.
Jeez.
Oh my God.
You'd almost be better off just putting the mustache back on
Yeah.
at that point.
Yeah, I think I did a show without it for sure.
Yeah. Well, it would actually be better if you just halfway through the show you'd slap it on, just for the true progression of the group.
Yeah, because we did it that way. We did like I think we did three or four sets, and it sort of like progressed like chronologically. So
Right.
like pretty early was when I would I was like obviously clean shaven for the early shit, and then just but yeah.
And when was this? When was this photo taken? Like what year?
I did it in high school. It probably would have been like 2008 or 2009.
Okay.
Oh, you were in high school in 2008?
Yeah, man. I started grade
Jeez.
9, 2007, September.
Oh, wow. You are fucking old, man.
Oh my god.
Yo, Drake's older than me, man.
Dude, Drake's old. Drake is really old, yeah. Drake is
really
getting up
old.
there.
He's only a year
I
older
keep
than
tr-
I
I-
am.
That is rough. That's some rough stuff, guys.
I just want Drake to stay home, you know, because he's in that
He's at risk.
he's in that group that's like he's very at risk, yeah.
Very at risk of dying in the zombie
He's very
apocalypse
at-
first.
Yeah, of that and of Rona or just like the common cold or whatever, you know. He's very
Or
at-
in a tragic mistake of painting the living room with his family.
Yeah, dude, this guy, man, Cam can attest to that. So a couple days ago, I asked him because we were talking about doing this, and I was like, "Hey, man, do you want to partake in this remote podcast?" And then he goes, "Oh, I can't tonight, man. I'm painting the living room with the family." And it was like 8, and I was like, "What?" But that's I think very accurate is that you can as being a you've been friends with Drake longer than I have, and you're also in a band with him. You could never guess what he's doing.
That is true.
It's always something wild. It's always something wild.
That is true. It's always sometimes.
I'm
it's
starting to grow used to
Sometimes
it.
it's surprising, and sometimes it's not surprising at all. But
Even the most shocking things, I'm like, yeah, I guess that.
But
I
it's
guess
but
that's
it's
a
so
thing you could
usually
do.
interesting though.
It's always like, tell me more about that. What color are you painting the living room?
Or
We're gonna have Drake on,
usually-
and I'm just gonna ask him.
So
that.
it's usually like if it's not winter time, it almost 90% will always have to do with like the backyard, and he has to like chop down a tree, and I'm like, holy shit, dude! Like, how many trees are left in the fucking yard? Like,
Yeah, for real.
Wayne has gotten you to chop down every single tree just for shits. Like, what?
Oh my god, dude! He just told me this past summer that they had a pool at that place, and I was like,
Yeah.
I've known you for like 3 summers now. What the fuck is the deal with that? Well,
He
he was
was-
yeah, we've always had a pool.
Like at his
cool, man.
personal place, like not his family's place.
Like at his girlfriend's place. Like
Oh
where
my
he
God.
lives.
Why have we not
Yeah,
had
they
a
have a
pool
pool
party
there.
yet?
Yeah.
I know.
He-
Probably because he's too
He
busy
was-
painting the living room.
Yeah.
And chopping down trees.
Yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
I mean, we're getting to the later stages of the podcast. I guess we can wind up touching on the actual bands themselves. So what's in the future for Dime with this whole pandemic? What's the trajectory? Every band seems to be kind of in limbo right now.
That's it. We're done.
We're actually not a band anymore.
Yeah.
Touchy
we're-
subject. All right,
So
moving on. Back to
funny-
the zombie thing.
Funny you asked. Horrible talk. No.
Yeah.
So everything is paused basically. So we were working on our next single called Honesty, and I think I'm the most excited about this one so far. It's probably going to be like the biggest sounding one and the least 80s sounding one. So
I'm upset. I'm upset that it's least 80s.
It's
No, I'm kidding.
well,
I'm actually excited to hear it because the hook is in my head right now because I know the song.
Yeah, it's
I'm excited
our
to hear the recording.
it's our most guitar heavy song. Like it's just all fucking guitar,
Nice.
and like Alex's lead guitar
Nice.
is like the spotlight, which is sick because we kind of like made guitars the backseat for a really long time, just because we were like, okay, we've been doing the indie rock guitar band thing for a tiny bit, so like let's just figure out how to make a song like it just like really good and full sounding in the big picture rather than just being like, I just want the guitars to sound fucking good.
Right.
So like just figuring out how to fit synths into songs and like having one single guitar part and not like stuffing it full of a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited about this one because it does just give us an opportunity to just get crazy about the guitars. Like he has this dotted 8 delay riff. It's going through most of the tune, and we got some crazy like shoegaze tones in like the bridge and like tons of like feedback at the end and stuff that you honestly wouldn't hear in a Dime song at all. like from what everybody knows from the singles that we released. So I'm excited to get that one out, and it's supposed to come out at the start of May, but we'll see. We'll see when we actually release it. Maybe, all these strategies are gonna have to change, right? So like maybe it's not a bad idea to just do like a digital release and then be like, okay, once all this pandemic stuff is over, we're actually doing a single release show, a single release party. And even if that's 2 months from now, it's still going to be the Honesty single release show,
For sure.
Just so we can get the song out and have everybody hear it and that kind of thing. Other than that, like, the other thing that is kind of, totally paused and really shitty is we've been putting together some sessions and stuff with Luke from Ivory Hours, and he's gonna like co-write and co-produce an EP with us for I don't know, end of this year, like early next year. But that would have involved a lot of like face-to-face like writing sessions and stuff. So that's kind of like put a whole damper on that. We haven't talked about that since the whole isolation thing has come into effect a couple weeks ago. But like I don't really want to write over Skype.
It's not nearly as personal, right?
Yeah, it doesn't have the vibe. Like I have a lot of music to write to, and I have a lot of demos that I've made, but I just need to, I don't know. I need to use my time wisely and write a lot of lyrics for it. And then hopefully when the time comes that we can like really just fucking give her, I have everything ready to go, and we can just be super inspired and just like throw a bunch of shit at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah. Yeah, I was saying in a previous cast that it'll be interesting to see how like if everyone just kind of stays quiet, and then when it's like, hey, everyone can actually have these gatherings, there's just gonna be a huge boom of singles and shows and all this sort of thing, or if people are still gonna be kind of releasing music through this time. And I mean, I really hope that people do, because I mean, now is the time where everyone's at home with nothing better to do than to listen to your music, right? So I mean, I wonder if people will wind up putting out music. And I mean, all these people that just recently put out tunes just before, I mean, like Lost Arts just put out a single, and I mean, now everyone's got kind of time to sit at home and actually tune into it and let it sit and process. But it'll be interesting to see if there's a huge boom of singles in about a month.
Yeah, I really think there will be. Right off the bat, like Carl said, after this and after everybody's like done staying inside, it might be like somewhat of like a renaissance period, like everybody's gonna have a different outlook on their life because they've had so much time to just like do their own thing, and they have no choice but to do their own thing. They have no other options but to like get to know themselves a little bit more, but also like spend a lot of time on their passions and see what they like and what they don't like and that kind of thing. And there's going to be almost like a new lease on life of just like being able to go back outside and appreciate, going to shows and hanging out with friends and all that kind of stuff. And it's going to be really cool. I think there's going to be, maybe a bit of like a renaissance period.
Yeah, well, one prediction that I had was I wonder how many people, say, like I'd like to think of it as like a Dallas Green kind of thing, where you're gonna have all these people that are like in rock bands and metal bands, and then they stay in their house for a month, and all of a sudden they emerge this folky, country musician or something like that. Or you're gonna have like acoustic artists that emerge as bedroom pop musicians all of a sudden. Like how many people are gonna discover themselves in this time.
For sure, yeah. Or how many really not great electronic records are going to be released?
how many bedroom pop EPs are going to be deleted?
I think that was a band memes 666 meme. at
Yeah.
the start of the pandemic.
That's so funny, man.
But
Oh
yeah. What's up with everybody else? I know Heart Attack
Nothing,
Kids had to
We're doing this.
stop their
Yeah,
tours and stuff, right?
we recorded a couple of singles because Laura lives out in Halifax, our drummer.
Yeah.
So when we did our run of we played 3 shows back in November. We practiced remotely, so Jared and I would practice here in London, and then Laura would be practicing out in Halifax, and then we all came together, and we did those 3 shows, and then we immediately hit the studio, and we were in the studio for 2 days, pumped out 2 singles, and they've been getting worked on, and we've been kind of getting the artwork and getting the release schedule in mind, and they were actually supposed to come out, or one of them was supposed to come out in April, but now I mean everything's kind of pushed back, so. We're sitting on content, and I mean we're indecisive as where to or how to proceed, which I feel like a lot of bands are kind of in that stage too. But I mean I really do hope that people still put out music at this point. I mean I know Bodhi Jar have an EP that they're dropping or an album that they're dropping very soon.
Yeah, it's true.
I think it was supposed to be out, but I think they had distribution troubles.
Yeah, I saw that.
So it's supposed to be. It rips though. I've heard it and it fucking rips. So it's worth the wait.
The clips that I've been hearing have been fantastic, and I think I really like the aesthetic choices that they've made with the art and the promotion of it all. I'm really excited to see what they've cooked up.
Absolutely, I'm obsessed with that when people fucking make good art choices.
Mm-hmm.
Like Dime, you guys make great art choices.
Yes,
Oh, thank
absolutely.
you.
I think the aesthetics of the group are fantastic.
I do mean that though. I know that sometimes I sound sarcastic, but
Amazing.
it's a great aesthetic.
Yeah, thanks.
very
We're interested in like a whole bunch of like digital artists that we were finding on Instagram, and just the idea of like collage art. And so
it's awesome.
we were using this guy named Alec, I think is his name. He used to do Anella's artwork, like
Okay.
for the older stuff, and so now we're using him, and he's been putting together all the collage stuff for us, and we just have like sort of an idea of like a concept of like, okay, we want it to have this sort of like vibe with it, like obviously underwater. We were like, well, water can be part of it. And we kind of like all of them to have something to do with like body parts, you know, like Loverboy had the lips talking into the phone, and it's a bit abstract with the triangle and shit, but and then the white t-shirt was a girl not wearing a white t-shirt but a very frilly blouse, but
Right.
Are you sure it wasn't me circa 2015 or anything like that?
Yeah, it definitely could have been.
It could have been
That's
for
what
sure. I was
they
a
sent
him an
voluptuous
old
young
photo.
man.
We should have hit you up for some content from that era of Craig.
Definitely. I'm looking at the flower suit right now. I'm sitting in my closet looking at it right now. So
Yeah.
it's not too late.
Oh my God.
I remember seeing you guys like Radio Caroline on Facebook. I remember seeing you like as a frontman. It was like you guys did some promo shots at Sugar Shack, I think. Was that it?
We recorded there, yeah. The promo. Are you thinking of the black and white photos?
Yeah.
That was at Doors Pub in Hamilton.
Nice.
Okay. True. Yeah, because I remember seeing the flower suit and everything. I was like, oh shit, this guy is like he's like a frontman.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah.
Like,
That's
you had
I-
this,
you
you had
know,
the scarf and like all that stuff, and
Hell yeah. Well, it's that's the shit that I love to see. And I mean,
Yeah.
I knew I wasn't the only one. But I mean, when I see, if I see someone go out there and half-ass it and try to do that frontman thing, you can see right through it.
Sure.
But I mean, when I would go out there, I would do it because I was trying to put on a show, but I mean, also you do it because you love doing it and you're feeling yourself kind of thing, right? So I mean,
Yeah.
people will feel that they'll see it and they'll go like, fuck yeah, man, like, own it. And I would get that all the time, you know, like it was like I would almost be objectified in a fantastic way. I would be walking off the stage and they're just like, yeah, hell yeah, flower suit. I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm look fucking great right now. Not a big deal.
Fuck yeah, you rock it. Like,
I miss it. I miss the flower suit a little bit.
I think everybody needs to take a page out of that book. You know, like
100%.
All three of us are frontmen or have been frontmen at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, definitely. Like, I struggle with that shit like all the time. Like my frontman stage presence. Like, and do I look entertaining enough right now? Am I doing the right thing? And I honestly just need to stop thinking about it and just like legitimately have fun. And you know, I worried about like dance moves and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm like, should I take dance classes? And
oh yeah, I mean, I used to just do it in the mirror, you know, kind of thing. But it's like, you know, when I would do my thing up there, what I kind of had in mind was like, what would I want to see this guy in this flower suit be doing right now?
Yeah.
You know, like what do I want to see in a front man? And that's what I would try to kind of embody. And I mean, there were times where, you know, you would do it and it would be kind of like I mean, I started trying to do like the Elvis microphone stand kind of shit at one point. You know, and it was, you know, it'd be awkward at first, but after a while, you know, you get good at it and you start feeling really good about it. When you get off the stage, you're like, fuck yeah, I worked it out there. You know, I did a really good job.
Yeah.
And I mean, you know, that's the kind of thing I want to see when I go see a band with like a frontman character. Is I want to see someone fucking own it and clearly be stoked that they're doing it.
Yeah.
That's all that really matters to me.
For sure. I love that stuff too. And like, there's a part of me that just really has to grasp onto the idea of that you can be a character on stage. You know, you don't have to like be an extension of yourself. You can be something totally that you just aren't in everyday regular life. Like, I really love the 1975, and I think Matt Healy is super fucking fabulous and weird on stage and sometimes overly sexual and like just sort of looks like he's out of his mind sometimes. And I want to do that kind of shit, and I'm just so not that kind of person in like regular everyday life. So like, I try to like figure out how I can inch more towards just not giving a fuck and like trying to add that stuff into stage shows.
Yeah, definitely. You can definitely be a character. I always used to say that same thing about myself, where the flower suit Craig is a completely different person.
Yeah,
100%. And I would change into the suit, go on the stage, do the thing, and then immediately walk off, change out of the suit, and go back out into the crowd. And a lot of times people wouldn't even recognize me. Like, I'd tie my hair up, put glasses on, you know, like it was like Clark Kent, Superman kind of deal.
Yeah, because you're right. It's a character you have to get into. Once you put the suit on, you're the guy.
Nobody cared until I put on the suit.
Yeah, and you know what? I think that that totally helps too, right? Because a lot of people go on stage wearing the same shit that they usually wear off stage or somewhat close to it, and it's not enough of a departure from it, you know?
Don't walk out there like you're going on a first date. I hate seeing plaid. You know, like, don't wear a fucking flannel shirt. Oh my god.
That's true.
Jeff from Radio Caroline. I'm really sorry if you're watching this, Jeff. This is kind of a call out. He would wear a pug shirt. It was like an entire just pug face.
Yeah.
On stage. And I'm like, you know, it's a great shirt. You know, like I would wear that to the bar or something like that as like a fun thing. But it's just like, people are gonna take photos of us, man. Yeah. You know, like like what?
But you're up there. You're up there in this flower suit with like a scarf hanging off of your microphone stand and everything, and then you got like dude standing in a pug shirt beside you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a contrast.
I did love that shirt, and I do love Jeff, by the way. I'm very sorry I had to call you out. But it's like, I mean, that's just a small comparison. It's like when I see people walk out there, like, and I mean, there's times where you see like they did put some effort into what they put on, but it was just like they definitely should have just had like, it's like their mom dressed them. You know,
right.
It's like, what are you wearing right now? Why are you wearing Crocs, man?
Yo, that'd be a vibe.
I've seen it. I'm not going to say names, but I've seen Crocs on stage, and you know what? No. Even if you're the drummer and I can't see your feet, no Crocs on stage, everyone.
Who would play drums in Crocs, dude?
I don't know. Actually, you know what? If someone did wear Crocs with drums, I would actually kind of appreciate it. But I would. They come off and be like, "Hey, good job. Don't ever wear those again."
Yeah, that'd be ballsy because like I know people have a hard time even playing in dress shoes and stuff. Like people wear like skate shoes and like trainers. Like even if their whole getup is like just like they look like a fucking rock and roll drummer or whatever, they'll just have like Nike trainers on just because they drum best in trainers.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Actually,
but fucking
Liam-
Crocs though, jeez.
Liam used to wear dress shoes intentionally. He liked the flat soles. I don't know if if that's a thing or not, but I mean, I know he used to wear dress shoes intentionally because the pedals would slide better, is what he used to say. I don't know.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, if you make it work with your style, it's sick.
Yeah. Yeah, so we're at the hour mark now, so I guess we'll wind it down, but we've been doing Netflix and album recommendations as the end of all of these things. So I mean, well, since it's a new question for you, Cam, we'll start with Caleb this time. Caleb, you got any Netflix or album recommendations for the folks at home?
Okay, so my Netflix thing is actually not a Netflix thing. But it's a show to watch if you have like HBO or Crave or anything. But it's a TV show called Righteous Gemstones, and it's got Adam Devine and Danny McBride and John Goodman in it, and it's fucking hilarious.
That is a fantastic
they're basically
cast.
this evangelical family basically, and it's a comedy, and they get into all sorts of shenanigans. And it's hilarious. Yeah, so it's called Righteous Gemstones. I don't have like an album specifically, but this band that I've been listening to is called Slaughter Beach Dog. I don't know if you guys know the band Modern Baseball, but it's some of the members from Modern Baseball. And basically, if you like Modern Baseball, you'll like this band.
Right.
So yeah, they're called Slaughter Beach Dog, and listen to whatever, because I've been listening to just like some of it here and there, and I think it's cool. So that's what I got.
Cool.
Nice.
Cam, you got a show or a movie recommendation for folks?
Shows and movies. Honestly, like I was watching Tiger King a bit just to get up on the hype.
Oh yeah.
That's definitely not my recommendation.
That was my recommendation on the last one.
It's
so
been
I'm glad it isn't.
recommended.
What would I say? I've just been watching a lot of Brooklyn Nine-Nine just to kill time before I go to sleep.
Nice.
That's all.
They
I've
got a
been
new
doing.
season out, don't they?
I don't know.
I don't know if it's on Netflix.
Yeah, I don't think they would have been released if they did release one. But
Okay.
as far as records, I've been listening to a lot of different ones actually. Like, do I have to pick one?
Oh, you can do more. You can do more than one for
do
sure.
more.
Do whatever
Okay.
you want, man.
100%.
All right, we're gonna be here for 10 minutes.
Perfect.
No,
We're not slimming down the shows, everyone. We've got a ton of albums for you today.
Yeah,
I've
it is
been
what it is.
I've been listening to Future Nostalgia by Dua Lipa.
Nice. That was a recommendation from Anella the other day.
I knew it. I
Yeah.
You ain't even gotta say it.
Yeah.
Great record though. Like a lot of really fresh pop stuff with a disco twist to it.
Nice.
Which is right up my fucking alley. Like anything with a groove is my shit. I've been listening to Thomas Rhett. He's a country artist. A record called Center Point Road. And I've been listening to Street Songs by Rick James.
Nice. Hell yeah. That's the one where he's in the big red boots with the Rickenbacker,
Yeah,
right?
but beside the lamppost.
What a fantastic photo that is.
It is super freak and like Give It To Me Baby on it, and
Nice.
amazing record. I revisited because Genesis announced that they were doing some stuff again, so I revisited all of Phil Collins records and Peter Gabriel records. So I'm listening to So and Face Value. New Coin, right? I've actually legitimately been listening to all this shit too.
Nice.
But yeah, it's not just like, wow, how many records can I name off? The New Coin record is really great. That's in regular rotation to Dreamland, Which actually, Craig, you kind of remind me, like your look reminds me of the frontman of Coin.
Okay.
Random.
Okay,
but,
I'll check him out. I'll definitely be sure to check him out. He looks like me. I'll definitely look it up.
I'll definitely look at him for a few minutes.
Quick side note. So I had my Spotify up and I went to Genesis and then their related artists.
Yeah.
And the Phil Collins and then the Peter Gabriel, like their artist page, their photo is almost the exact same photo.
Oh, yeah?
Really?
For anybody that's interested. Yeah. Phil Collins is in like a suit, like doing up the tie. And then Peter Gabriel is, I guess, in like a sweater, it almost looks like. And it looks like he's like zipping it up all the way.
Wow.
It's like the same photo.
Well,
just
same
if you're
band.
interested and give a shit about that. It's just fun. I thought it was kind of funny.
Oddly enough, when I heard that Genesis was getting back together and doing stuff, I didn't listen to Genesis. I listened to their solo records.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
And lastly, I've been listening to Nate Smith. I'm not sure if you guys know Nate Smith.
No, I'm not familiar. No.
He's a fucking wicked drummer. I'd say he's probably one of the best like modern drummers out there right now.
Okay.
He's a record called Pocket Change that's literally just him playing drums. Like there's no other instruments on it, which is it's really cool record. And then another one called Kinfolk, that's just full of jazzy shit and lots of great grooves. He also plays drums in Brittany Howard's band, like Brittany Howard from they do that song Hold On. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh yeah, I think I know. I recognize that that melody.
You got to hold on. Oh man, why can't I figure out the fucking name? But yeah, he plays drums in Brittany Howard's live band.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think that's it for records.
You got a handful of records from Cam for you guys.
Yeah, man.
Is it Alabama Shakes, Cam?
What was that?
Is Alabama Shakes the band?
Yeah, Alabama Shakes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
that's Brittany
what it is,
Howard's
people.
band.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of a
Damn.
movie
Sorry, Craig.
or a
Go.
show that because we've been doing these podcasts very close in very close proximity to each other, so I haven't really had a chance to watch anything new since the last one. But I'm doing a live stream tomorrow that's primarily oldies, so I've been thinking about all my throwback influence songs, and my movie recommendation for everyone today is Walk the Line with
Nice.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Oh.
Fantastic movie. The reason that I play music is because of that movie.
Oh, shit.
Shout out Dave Geniac for pulling me into the family room to watch this Johnny Cash biopic way back when. Walk the Line, fantastic movie. And if we're doing multiple albums today, Theo Katzman's Heartbreak Hits, everybody. Oh my
Yep.
God. Oh
Good
my
record.
I
God.
still have to
Good
watch
record.
that live album that you told me to.
The live in Berlin is amazing. I would listen to that before Heartbreak Hits now, but you gotta listen to Heartbreak Hits because there's not a single bad song on that album, and they're all just incredible.
His voice is
and,
insane, dude.
Oh, it's just absolutely incredible, and he's a great drummer as well. I mean, he's the if anyone's unfamiliar, he's the drummer for Wolfpack, also
And
a
guitar
fantastic
player.
group. And a guitar player. Yes, I guess they're all kind of multi-instrumentalists.
Yeah, he's fucking wicked. Except Joe Dart. Joe Dart just plays the bass.
Joe
really
Dart
well.
just lays it down on the bass. I'd say listen to an Elvis record, everybody. You gotta listen to some Elvis.
Yeah.
You know, that number ones album, just chock full of hits. But I promised that I would suggest this album, and Caleb knows it's coming. You gotta listen to Finding Beauty in Negative Spaces by Seether, everybody.
Oh God.
Which is basically the new Lost Arts album. Basically the same thing. No, I'm completely joshing you, Caleb. I'm so sorry. But no, that is an incredible album. An incredible album. I genuinely love Seether, and if anyone has anything to say about it, you can cuss me out in the comments. I don't really care. You're more than welcome to do that. But yeah, those are my recommendations for sure.
Amazing.
Well, right on. Well, Cameron, thank you so much for doing our podcast.
It's been a slice.
Yeah, these have been very fun. I'm glad that we started this, and I'm glad that we've had all fantastic guests so far.
Yeah.
This is technically my third podcast, so hopefully this is the one that makes me famous and I can make money off of it, and
Exactly.
I don't have to go do lawn care.
Oh, by the
anymore.
way, we've been trying to keep this theme so far. So we really want Subway to sponsor us because COVID-19. It's the home of COVID-19 is Subway.
Yes. Yes.
So
we want Subway to sponsor us because COVID-19 sponsors Subway.
Yeah, exactly.
And fuck Subway.
Fuck Subway, but give us money, please.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a great pitch.
Yeah, 100%.
That ought to
the
do
home
it.
of the COVID, the home of the vid. Yeah.
It's we know it's in there. We know that's where it's housed.
And
Don't put a Subway
we've kind of given a hint as to what we're looking forward to doing on this podcast, or what we're planning on doing. And I'm really hoping, I haven't even contacted him yet, but I have a feeling he'll say yes. So I'm hoping we can get John Gould from Sneaker Club for the next, or for one of coming up. But my roommate Bob Blah Blah, as he's known on Facebook, or Bob Caldwell from Jock and from Kingpin, as most people in London know him from Kingpin, is definitely going to be doing one of these with us eventually. So look forward to Bob being on here, but hopefully we can get John on here.
I want to be in the one with John.
We can conference
my favorite
you in.
dude.
Oh, I love him. He's
True. I
easily
can just,
my
hop
favorite
in for
guitar
10
player
minutes.
in London.
Yeah, he's
favorite
wicked.
guitar player.
Yeah.
He's rad,
We
dude.
can do that.
When I met him in
Kim,
MIA,
who do you? Yeah, go ahead.
when I met him in MIA,
Sorry.
I just shot him a message because I saw him playing just on Facebook and stuff like that. He'd post random videos and whatever. I shot him a message and I was like, dude, you're so much fucking better than me, but I want to.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I want to jam with you, so let's get together in one of the studios. And
yeah.
he was like, no, man, I learned stuff from you, for sure. And I was like, no, you fucking didn't.
I know. He said, I think he bullshit me the exact same way. But I mean, I didn't go to school with him, right? So I messaged him and I was like, I think I saw him first. But we met and I said, you're the best blues guitar player I've ever met. I'm a blues guy wholeheartedly. And I was like, you are the best blues guitar player I've ever met. And he was like, oh, thanks, man. So your bands are all great too. And I'm like, don't shut up about me. I'm talking about you right now.
Yeah.
and then I messaged him, it must have been a handful of days later, as late as that. And I said we should start a blues band, 100%. He's so good.
Yeah.
And we've actually been jamming, which is amazing. I mean, no one's been doing anything lately, but we were doing a blues jam with Brian as well from Sneaker Club, and it was sounding so good.
That's the way to go about it, right? You see somebody fucking awesome, and there's so many times you could just be like, yo, fuck that guy. They're really good, but fuck them. He's also just a really nice dude, but it's so much better to just
He's
message
so much
them
better,
and be
so
like,
fuck him.
You're really great. I want to spend time with you because so many celebrities do interviews and they're like, put yourself in the rooms with people who are better than you. And that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But it's totally fucking true. It's cliche, but you definitely just gotta
true.
seek out people who you think are doing a really good fucking job and hang with them and
Well, and even still, I definitely appreciate people that are much better than me always, but you will still hear me tell them to fuck off while I'm watching them play live. They're just they're shredding. You've both seen me do it. While John is playing a guitar solo, he will shred an incredible guitar solo, and you'll just hear me go, "Oh my god, fuck off!" It's just so good.
I do that to Dylan from Anella's band, all the time. He fucking kills me. Some of the shit he does on stage is just hilarious, but also his playing is just nuts. Sometimes
it's just so good.
He's unreal.
He'll just unleash at a certain part and do this fill, and I'm like, yo, what the fuck was that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll just lose my composure to the point where I'm cussing them out from the floor.
Yeah, and that's a great part of live music, dude. I love being so impressed that I get a genuine reaction out of myself. I'm like, yo, that was fucking sick.
Yeah.
Because I don't do that with anything in my life except that. I get excited about nothing. There was this time last story. I don't want to make it go fucking 2 hours, I guess.
For sure.
No, it's all good.
Dylan.
It is how it is. They will listen to it as long as it is.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So we were playing in Burlington with
Go
Anella, and Dylan needed like a splash cymbal, but he didn't bring one. So throughout the last like it started in the bridge section of one of their tunes, and then the last section had this like basically like halftime like like splash like part, and so in the bridge he started like taking down his cymbals, and we're like Dylan is notoriously lazy as well, so we thought he was actually just like packing up while the song was happening, because he would totally do that. But he was like unscrewing all of his cymbals, and he was doing a cymbal stack while playing with one hand, so he could have a splash at the end of the song, and then he used the splash when it got to the section, and he just finished doing the split. It was fucked. I was like, what the fuck is he doing? And then he used it, and I was like, this guy is fucked, man.
That is very impressive. I hope that he does that on a regular basis so I can witness it myself.
Yeah. I think that was just the one time, but like I'm gonna tell him to do it again just for shit.
Well, I'm telling him as well. I've never even met this young man, and I'm really hoping that I can see you do this live sometime.
Yeah.
Sir.
All right. Well, I'm probably gonna go play some COD and get wrecked. So.
Heck yeah.
Yeah,
Thanks,
we'll
buddy.
we'll all say goodbye off the recording, but thank you all for watching.
All right.
Bye.
Yeah,
good times,
goodbye,
good chats
everybody.
by all. Later.
Sign off.
See you later.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah, we'll cut it there.